Good morning everybody, welcome back to Mike's Kitchen. I'm still a little bit throaty and stuffy up the nose here, so forgive me if I sound like I'm doing a Darth Vader impersonation. Today I'm going to be making some Char Siu, or I was taught to say it as Char Siu, but I'm using pork belly. If you can see that there, so I've got some nice pork belly there, which I've washed and dried. That's just drying off now. I've got some soy sauce. I prefer the Silver Swan brand of soy sauce. And I've got some oyster sauce and some Hoisin sauce. And they're both Lee Kum Kee brand. So they're all my favourites for that. But to go through it all, I've got some golden sugar. I have some honey. These will be soy sauce, my Hoisin, and everything else I've mentioned there already. I've got some garlic powder, onion powder, Chinese 5-spice, and some paprika. I've got some garlic here too. I will put a full list of all the ingredients and the amounts. This is about a 3.5 pound. So go for 3 to 4 pounds. This mix will do nicely. I've got some garlic, and all I'm going to do with the garlic is a quick squash. And run it across, that's all we need. It's a quick one, and just give it sometimes it works better than others. I do find if you want to do that one, cut it in half and go that way first. You get a nice crushed piece of garlic, a quick chop up, like say so. But if you cut them in half first, we can put a couple together and they just crush it off. We won't be eating this anyway, we're just using it as a marinade. If you want, you can just give it a quick press down. It depends how old the garlic is too. Give it a quick squash. That does what we need. But I'm just going to throw that into a small bowl. I'll throw in all of my dry ingredients, so 5-spice, garlic and onion powder, paprika. This is a smoked paprika, so we're helping with that barbecue flavouring. Get my sugar in there right now. Just kind of break that sugar up a little bit. And I might need a bigger bowl, but this is what normally works. I'll go in with my Hoisin sauce. The oyster sauce, and the recipe does normally call for a dry sherry, which I don't actually have at the moment, but you don't need to use it. Soy sauce, and finally the honey. If you can try and get yourself a nice loose ruddy honey. And we're just going to give this a good mix together. We need to make sure it's very, very well combined. Any bits of garlic you find around when you're smashing, but we'll get out and on the side of the bowl, make sure all of that goes on the inside. That's looking pretty good there. I'll put everything to one side now. Let's just clean up as we go. My hands are wipe off, so we're not sticky. Right, we're going to get our pork. Now, it depends how you want to do this. Now, personally speaking, I'm going to cut it in half first, this way. Well, my knife's a little bit blunt today. Yeah, try a different knife. I struggled a bit there, but we've got that nice cross grain going along there. So that's what we I want to try and find that one, or should I go the other direction? But that looks the best way, to be honest. So I think we'll keep it that way. I'll try a different knife. Now we want about 1 inch thick. That's better. So what we're looking for is, basically it's a nice thick piece of streaky bacon. Don't force it too much. We want to try and keep it in shape. And if you keep the meat in the fridge, you will keep it, it's easy to work with. Now this is something that I only do for New Year. It's a good luck thing for the New Year, as I've had to explain to me. So again, 1 inch thick. I get these beautiful, lots of meat but lots of fat too. Apparently pork is a good meal for New Year time. As a pig's root in the ground, so they're always digging for treasure. This is a nice cut of meat. So some of them's a little bit more fat than the other, but that's just the way it is. Now I'm going to do this with 2 bags. In fact, you know what? I'm going to get my big mixing bowl out. We'll do that first. So if I get my nice big mixing bowl here, we'll put a little bit of our sauce on the bottom. And we'll put our meat in, start moving that around. And just keep on moving. Get some more sauce over the top of there. I'm just going to keep layering it in here. Sorry about the camera angle there, guys. And this is the reason why I wear the gloves when I'm doing this one. I just want to mix it all around. Now, once we finish marinating, we want to save our sauce. Anything that's left over, we will reduce that down with a little bit of cornstarch, and we'll brush it on as we're cooking. So we'll do a deeper and deeper marinade. But now, I'll put this into Ziploc bags, and we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to put it in the fridge for a minimum of 6 hours. But I like to leave it overnight, or a good 24 hours if we can. So we'll come back to that one when we're finished marinating. Oh, take this glove off. So as I say, we will put this into Ziploc bag now. If I can fit it all into one, that would be great, but I don't think so. Just make sure we're picking up some of that extra marinade as we go. Just dip it around. I think we should be good here to get them all in. And just keep mixing and matching. This is going to be super yummy. Already the smell from all of the different ingredients in there is very, very enticing indeed. If anybody's watching who's done this type of thing before, have any suggestions, so we'll lift that up, and we'll pour off the rest of this marinade into our bag. Careful it doesn't spill on you, it doesn't fall over. If you want to, you can put the bag inside of another bowl. But something like that should do us nicely. And we're just going to seal up this bag. And we're just going to make sure we want to lay it flat. If we just get ourselves a small tray with hard sides, we can put that inside, and that way every 30 minutes or so we're going to turn it so that marinade keeps sweeping around and keeps flowing through. Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's Kitchen. So this is a continuation here of my Char Siu belly pork. I've been marinating overnight for that one. It's now New Year's Eve, and so Happy New Year to everybody who's watching for basically tomorrow, this evening, whichever way you look at it. Now, one thing I left out was the red dye. Yes, it looks nice, but I seem to have a bit of an allergy to it, so I left it out and I only use that for other people. So next, our process, we're just going to take our pork out of our bag. If I can get my tongs to open up wide enough. And we're basically going to lay our pork on the tray. Now I've got a nice wide tray here, nice deep, and I'm doubling up on my tray so I can actually get some water in the bottom of this, because I want it to steam as well as cook. But make sure we try and get everything in here. Now these will shrink down a lot. Try and take off some of this garlic. But they're looking at a little bit of space between them. But they're looking wonderful already. Just the smell of everything in there now already. Yummy. Hopefully I can fit all these on. Otherwise I'll be doing some more 2 batches, which I didn't really want to do. I might do take that one out. We'll get the big ones on, cook them now. There's only one more. See what I'll do? I'm just going to squeeze them all up together so I can get them all on. And then we can separate them as they shrink. Now, keep this, and we need to put this into a saucepan, and we're going to reduce that down with a little bit of cornstarch so we can actually brush on. I'm going to take off a little bit of this garlic. I don't want it to burn, so we'll get rid of that now. Just bear that in mind while we're working away here. Now this is going to go into our oven at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes, and I'm going to pour on some boiling water into our tray below. This is why I'm doubling up on my tray, just so we want to steam, keep all this nice and juicy as well as getting crispy on the outside. We'll set our oven for 30 minutes and we'll come back to that in a moment. Okay guys, so that's 30 minutes has gone by, and I'm just going to turn all of these over. It's very hot, but we want to get some of that oil out of there. It's cooking up nice. I mean, you can, if you want to, trim off some of this fat, but that's where all your flavour is. Right, we'll get them back in for another 30 minutes. So whilst we're waiting, we're going to get the remainder of our marinade, and we're going to bring that up to temperature. On a low simmer, and then we're going to add some cornstarch just to thicken that up. So there's our marinade on a light simmer. I'm just going to put in our cornstarch, and we'll just combine that, and we want a nice thick consistency. We're just going to keep this simmering away till we thicken down. So there's our sauce, nicely thickened, ready to be brushed onto our pork. We're just going to keep that moving. Pork will be ready in 2 minutes, and we'll start marinating and brushing on again. Right guys, that just cooked nicely right the way through. Your temperature wants to be around about 145 to 160, no more than that. And now I've switched over my stove to the grill or the broil setting, and I'm just going to add some more of our marinade over the top, and then we'll go back under that griddle. And hopefully I'll get rid of my cold soon. But we want to do this maybe twice, but definitely once on either side. And as I say, if you don't like the belly pork idea, you can always use a nice, more lean piece of pork. That's looking absolutely fantastic right now. So I'm going to give this 5 or 6 minutes under the grill, and then we'll do the other side. And there we have it guys, some beautiful pork char siu, or xiao shui. Char siu is how it looks like it's spelled, but I got told xiao shui. Depends where you come from, I guess. But that is beautiful, still the juice is still flowing out of there, absolutely fantastic. We're going to let that cool a little bit and slice it and have a look and see what we look like inside. Right, let's cut one of these beauties open and slice off an end. And this is how we would serve it. We'll take one of them middles, beautiful. It's a nice bit of meat. Oh, I think we'll hold that one up so you can see better. Use the other hand. So we've got that succulent meat in there, a nice layer of fat. Beautiful. Try and get this into focus for you. Beautiful, juicy. I'm gonna be cheeky and have a little taste. Oh, so sticky and gooey. It's so hot. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh yeah. Wow. That is amazing. I'll give that one 10 out of 10, to be honest. Even if I do say so myself, that is absolutely fantabulous. Wow. There, we'll open that up just so you can have a good view of that Beautiful meat. I've got the fat, nice succulent juicy fat in there, more meat, more fat. What more could you ask for? Happy New Year everybody. Wishing everybody the best for 2025. And if you please don't mind, smash that like button, give me that big thumbs up. Love you all. Mike out.